Hello, world. It is good people. Good people are back, including the Dugo, who might not be a good person. But we are back for another episode of the Everything or All Things Pokemon podcast, people. Would everyone like to say hello?
Um, Hello.
G'day, jabronis. It's a clean 2 a.m. in the morning, but your boy, he stays awake.
And
Indeed.
here's Dugo. Here's a picture of him with his dog collar and his tongue. Just so y'all know what he
Yes.
looks like.
He's Verdugo-fi.
Look, if Verlos can make it look good, why can't I? I upload just as good content as he does.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so Verd is going to be joining us every now and then when he's actually available. Surprisingly, he wouldn't be available this time, but because it's 2 in the morning. But hey, I mean, it's 2 in the morning.
Real
Why
trooper.
not hop in the
You're a
podcast?
trooper.
I was, wow, wow, man, you're really gonna butcher my accent like that? That's just really offensive. Like, I can't believe you right now. Why would you do this?
At least Verd, hold on, because Dolphin's from Australia too. Why does he not sound like you or Sharpino? Like he doesn't sound like
Okay.
either of you.
How does he sound? How does he sound? Like, is he more rough with his accent, or is it more like he doesn't sound
He
Australian?
sounds Russian.
He sounds like he's from the motherland.
Kind of.
I can't do a
Um,
Russian accent to save my life.
You know what?
Like, he sounds
he
like-
probably,
You've seen Civil
He's-
War, right?
yeah.
He
Because
sounds
he
like
sounds
that
like
guy.
oh, he sounds like Zemo. Okay, he's probably been kicked in the larynx by a kangaroo. Then probably. I'd say that happened. Yo, I watched this thing the other day. There was like a gator in Florida walking across a golf course, and it was like a freaking 20-meter long gator looking like something from freaking Jurassic Park. And I was like, damn, son. People always saying Australia's got dangerous animals. You have freaking gators just lurking. That ain't cool. That ain't cool.
Yeah.
But
But speaking of big things that have happened recently, we had another Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer. Shall we discuss?
We shall. Oh,
that clean transition. So clean.
it was great. That was great. All right.
Let me pull back up the website just so I don't forget anything.
All right. So
There's a spider on my computer screen. You know, normally I'd be worried, but I'm an Australian, so this happens every day. So
Every single day.
every
yeah, man,
day-
you got crocodiles in your toilet. So yeah.
Yeah, we don't get that down here in Texas.
All right, so with
What
the
kind of
trailer
are you from
dropping-
Corpus Christi? Oh, I shouldn't be.
Wait, what?
I was like, are you from Corpus Christi?
Nah. I'm more northern region.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, away from the border. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
Proceed, J-Spec.
let's tackle this trailer, you horses.
Okay.
So we get the confirmation of the typings of the legends.
Yes.
That's basically and the confirmation of their names. It's pretty much the most relevant piece of information in my opinion besides the Rotom. I love the Rotom.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
how do you guys feel about the typing? I'm really upset Lunala wasn't Ghost Fairy.
I nearly cried, to be honest, when I saw Solgaleo, however you say it, Solgaleo. I'm looking at it.
Solgaleo.
Solgaleo, because he's Psychic Steel with Full Metal Body, and all that does is your stats don't drop. And I'm thinking, so you're a glorified Metagross. You have the same typing, you literally have the same ability. So it kind of sad. And also the Pokemon that, according to the Pokedex, eats the sun is weak to fire. I'm just kind of sad.
But before
I
this
think-
thing has like 195 base attack.
Yeah, that
I'm
would
just
be
saying the
nice.
other thing, like, I agree with J-Specs. It should have been like Ghost Fairy for Lunala,
Definitely.
and it should have been Fire Fairy, I think, for Solgaleo.
Yeah,
that
I
would've
think
been
having
beautiful.
both those fairy types would have been really good because you don't want to make it Fire normal because we have Pyroar
Mhm.
as the like subpar lion Pokemon now, which is so sad. Rest in peace, Pyroar. You'll
Rest
be
in
missed.
peace. Rip in pieces.
But yeah, it definitely should have had some kind of fire typing. Like you said, if it freaking absorbs the sun, or even have like a grass typing, like something that does like has something to do with the sun, would have
it
been
would-
nice.
And if it was a grass type, you would have had to give it chlorophyll with that.
I don't
I
know.
don't see it being
I don't know.
grass.
Chlorophyll
also-
Solgaleo.
Also interesting that Lunala gets multi-scale, but still has
Basically,
the
yeah.
same thing though as Hooper Confined, having those two four times weaknesses. So I don't know how well it's going to be used competitively.
Um,
Um,
I,
but
yeah, I hear you. What bothers me is, again, the fire Pokemon that represents the sun is weak to fire. But then also, think of it the night. I'm thinking dark types. I'm thinking about the night. Sometimes Pokemon represents the sun is 4 times weak to both dark and ghost types.
As far as like their competitive usage, I think they're both going to be in OU for like a week, and then Solgaleo going to be moved up to Ubers, and Lunala is going to be moved down to UU because of U-turn and knockoff
no, no,
Yeah.
no, no.
and all those
That
stats.
no, 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 no. Because U-turn's going to be neutral damage on Lunala. It's going to get put in BL because people won't know how to use it, and then people will learn how to use it, and it'll go back to Ubers.
Yeah, probably. I see both sides.
Hashtag every Deoxys form.
Oh, true.
That's true.
True. So as far as the trailer though, I mean, I'm really loving the backdrop of how the game's looking. I love like the scenery. It's beautiful.
Oh, definitely, definitely. It looks like you got multiple islands, so there's that. And before we go back to the scenery, do we want to discuss their signature moves? I say signature, but their smear goal. So,
So Galeo's move looks like it's gonna do damage like V Create. I'm just saying. It
oh
looks like it's gonna do V Create type of damage.
yeah, because I mean, based on the sound, it sounds like it's not very effective against the Salamence, which shows you it's a fire type move. But then it O-coded, so yeah, I agree. It's gonna do some massive, massive work.
My one fear is that what we didn't see was perhaps that it might take a turn to charge like Solar Beam because he is like Solar Beam taking energy from the sun.
Yeah,
So there
true.
could be maybe it's like a two charge move like Geomancy, but it could be two charge in the sense that it comes off stronger than a V create. And so
Yeah,
then Power Herb
or yeah.
Solgaleo could be like pretty broken. So there is
My lord, power.
we don't
Yeah.
know. We don't know.
Yeah, and then also they could be the same thing because I'm guessing Solgaleo has.
Wait, you just tried so hard to say that name,
I
and you
really do. I'm
you
sorry.
almost got super duper Spanish with it. That was about to be hilarious.
Lo siento, mis españoles es muy mal. Um, but yeah, no Spanish for no.
I typed in the chat how to say it properly, okay?
Solgaleo. Thank you, gracias. Um, but
Soul Calibur.
I'm sorry.
Soul Calibur.
Oh, Oh, okay, okay. I see. Okay, sorry. I drew blank there for a second. But for Lunala, it could also. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I blinked out with Sol Galileo. So I'm trying so hard. I'm sorry.
So
Let me
wait,
open up the chat.
guys, it's definitely Solgal Lit Leo. Don't
I'm
let them
trying
fool you.
so hard. All right, Sol Galileo.
Solgal Leo.
There we go.
Yeah.
Woo. But Sol Galileo, if you look at it, when he's shooting the beam, he's also diving in. So I'm guessing he's going to have Monstrous Attack, while Lunala has Monstrous Special Attack. And I'm pretty sure most people already assumed that already, but I feel like that was just something to notice because Lunala just
I mean-
shoots the beam, but he actually goes in and attacks it.
Yo, Solgaleo's attack is like a combination of Fusion Flare and Dragon Ascent.
Oh yeah.
That's what it looks.
Mhm.
Yeah,
All right.
Oh,
but I
wait,
think
actually,
that
you're
I think
actually kinda right with
Lunala's. I was gonna say Lunala's attack looks like it's gonna be Ghost. Just I mean, it was super effective on a Gengar, so it could be Ghost,
Or
Psychic,
Psychic.
Dark, but
Yeah.
it's Geist Beam, and Geist is obviously means Ghost, so
Yeah,
it
that's
makes
true.
sense for it to be a Ghost type attack.
Yeah, Moongeist beam. So yeah, definitely.
I feel like it's also gonna be one of those attacks as well that doesn't miss, kind of like Hyperspace Fury. I feel like it's gonna be one of those kind of things. It just like the way that it concentrates all the energy from its freaking like shield kind of form that it
Yeah.
does, and then like powers it into a beam. I feel like it's gonna be one of those things, but I don't know.
All right, and J-Specs, you wanted to talk about the region. I feel like we can move on to there if y'all want to.
The region is aesthetically pleasing. Like it's insane how they keep, like increasing the quality and how like much better it keeps getting from game to game. Like X and
Oh,
Y
definitely.
just was dropped a few years ago and they're already significantly better than what they were back then. It's crazy.
Oh, definitely. I'm looking at a map right now. It looks like you got like 4 main islands. One where there's a big volcano. And then on the one on the far left, you actually have a big pyramid looking, temple looking thing. So maybe you'll find a legendary there. I don't know, but a really massive region in general. I'm super hyped for it.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't wait. A lot of people are, I can't even think of the word. A lot of people think that since it's only 4 islands, it's not enough space to have, all 4 gyms. So we're gonna end up go. They just really want us to go back to Kalos. Like everybody just wants for us. Yeah, it's not enough. Kalos is confirmed. Calm down, people. Like not saying it's not gonna happen. If it does, it's amazing. Like
Hmm.
okay, but I kind of don't want to go back to Kalos. Like I
Yeah,
don't. I want it's a
Yeah.
new game. Let's have new stuff. New things are nice.
definitely.
And when
Um,
you're talking about the region, though, you have to factor in there are other 4 islands, but there's like a middle part there, like this little small section that's kind of like a man-made island that we
yeah.
don't
Oh
know what it
yeah.
is yet. It could be like the Battle Frontier. We don't really know
Could be the Pokemon League
what it
maybe.
is just yet.
And
Yeah,
let's not forget the fact that there were clouds on the map when it was shown in the trailer.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
that could have been blocking off some things. Like
Oh
the
yeah, that's
whole map
true.
the whole map wasn't necessarily revealed to us as everybody would like to think.
Yeah, that might be like late game areas you can go to, kind of like how in Orash you can go to some of those places after. So yeah, definitely. Um, I also like though that at the beginning, when it shows Professor, do you guys know how to pronounce this? I'm awful with names. Apparently, is it
Which
like
one?
Kukui.
Kukui? Thank you. Yeah, Kukui.
After the Kukui nut.
It
Alrighty.
sounds like Kakashi from I think of like Kakashi.
Ah, Kakashi.
It looks like you're on a video call because if you look at there's margins, it's like camera settings, and then also you got a video button. So it looks like you're actually like on Skype or something with this professor. Maybe you're visiting or I
Because
don't
of
know.
that rotom, man. That rotom. That rotom changes
By the
the
way,
world.
that's how you pronounce Kukui.
Kukui. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I might need to eventually just get like a Pokemon dictionary, just how to pronounce every name.
Oh, I think that's the other thing I heard. Apparently, they're thinking that when this game is released, they're also going to release like a strategy guide straight away instead of like waiting a
Oh,
couple
that's
of months.
nice. That's nice.
So that I mean, I'd like that, but I also kind of like playing through a game the first time, not knowing anything, like kind of just going in blind and
Yeah,
exploring yourself instead of having a book saying, "Go here, go there. If you want to get this important item, you got to go there." Instead of discovering it yourself. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like running through blind. I like finding everything out right then and there. Like
Going
I don't.
you guys,
screaming.
you guys keep talking about the region. I have to quickly peek.
Oh, you're fine.
All right.
While we're J-Specs and I feel like we could go in. You know, we were talking about this earlier. Leroy Jenkins could go in blind. Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins just running there, guns a blazing. Just grab your mons and your Pokeballs and go through. Go ahead and miss the Master Ball if you want to. It's not your fault. Just you didn't know. You didn't have the strategy guide, so you didn't know it was behind that rock behind the first in the first town that you popped up in the region. A lot of people are fantasize. I keep saying fantasizing because I can't think of the real word, but they all believe that we moved to the Alola region from Kanto. Just
Oh,
because
really?
you know how in the trailer the kid moves from Japan to Hawaii.
Yeah,
So they're trying to say, oh yeah, well Kanto was based on Japan, so we moved from Japan
that's smart. Actually, I like
to
that.
Alola. And it's like I mean the theme of the game is bringing it all together, so I guess that can be something. But I just think people like to reach very hard for every pop. Like people talking about the burst evolutions. I really hope that isn't a thing. I really
Mm.
hope they
Just-
leave that alone.
I would like some new megas, but I agree. I feel like I mean we already got. I think we even talked about this a little bit last episode. We talked about how we already had primal reversion, and now we have mega. And well, we had mega evolution. Now we have primal reversion. I feel like adding a third type of evolution is just
We,
like
we
not
don't
necessarily.
we don't need anything else. You don't need to keep milking the fact that evolution is a thing. We are not Digimon. We don't need DNA digivolving. We don't need digivolving by digi eggs, armor digivolve. We don't need that.
Mm-mm.
Everyone likes Pokemon because Pokemon is Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
It
People
would be kind of
honestly,
it would be kind of cash though if you could armor Digivolve fossil Pokemon.
oh true.
Yeah,
Same.
definitely.
But I mean, nobody even wanted Mega Evolution to be a thing when it first came out. We adapted to it. Like I was one that was against it. I was like, what? Mega Charizard? Hello? I adapted to it, and it didn't necessarily the way they implemented it didn't ruin the game for anyone.
definitely.
But it's just like they don't have to add more things to keep the crowd going. We just want more Pokemon.
Yeah.
Just make more.
Agreed. I mean, the thing with all these evolutions, like in VGC, I am so hyped for next season because you won't. Hopefully, we won't. They'll finally go back to like 2014 style where you're very limited because even though you're more confined, that forces you to be very creative. In fact, 2014 is probably the most diverse format, even though we only had like 200 mons to choose from. But as compared to the whole decks. But what was? I drew a blank again. I'm sorry.
Rip.
I'm just saying, in VGC, if they banned Mega Kangaskhan, that would completely change the environment of VGC. Just that one Pokemon, if that was banned, that and Xerneas, ban those two, and watch the entire landscape of VGC change.
Oh, definitely. That's what I was going to say actually, because in VGC you can literally have two primals and a mega, which is a little too extreme in my opinion. I mean, you could have Mega Rayquaza and Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre, which I don't feel like should be legal.
I never understood the fact that you could have a primal and a mega on the same team. That's basically, and then the fact that you could have two primals and a mega on the same team.
Too much.
So you're basically saying, well, this isn't a mega evolution, so you can bring as many of them as you want.
Even though there's only two, but yeah, still, it's like, ugh.
I just want to go back to the trailers for a second. When
definitely.
you're talking to, well, obviously we have Lily, who we'll talk about in a second.
Yeah.
But when you meet, and I want to say his name is How.
Yeah, it's
kind of like
H-A-U,
How.
I believe.
But every time I see it and I look at him, I keep thinking of like an Indian person going like, how? And it's like really bad. It's really bad. I'm sorry. But I'm not racist. But
You
basically
can't
there's a guy behind him who has like the yellow shirt on. He's like a big guy with like the
Yeah,
white
with like the blue shirt
the one that looks like Tito from Rocket Power.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I reckon I get this really funny feeling he's the champion. Like, I don't know, I just get this feeling he kind of seems like he's kind of like reminds me of older from the Black and White franchise.
He kind of looks like
kinda
a tan version of Watson.
Yeah, I can see that.
He looks like if Watson and Drake had a tanned baby.
Well, also, I'm guessing they have like the same eyes, almost in the same looks as How, if that's his name, the two guys. So it wouldn't surprise me if How is the like grandson of this mysterious character.
That would be cool.
Also,
That would
And if he
make
was a
sense.
champion, then it drives How to like get up to that level
Definitely.
and say that he could do it and surpass him.
can we
That
just
would be cool.
that'd be cool. Can we just appreciate the fact that How is like the first dialogue you see is "Hoo-wee, that gave me chicken skin." Can we just appreciate that?
I was like, what is chicken skin? Hello? But
I mean, I think we finally have a relatable character.
Definitely.
Awesome.
And if you guys weren't aware, How is going to pick the starter that is weak to yours in the game.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So
He
he's gonna.
picks the starter
like-
that has
like Bianca.
disadvantage.
Okay, so he's gonna be. I guess he'll be getting a Popilo a lot, since I bet a lot of people are picking Rowlet.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm getting Poplio because
I'm
I feel like it's gonna be like the Quilladin of Kalos.
Yeah,
We
no,
saw Quilladin and we thought that thing looks booty. Poplio is gonna become like something wild.
Well, I mean, for Kalos, I thought Chespin was adorable, so that was my starter. I didn't really like Froakie, and I like Delphox. I mean, not Delphox. I like Fennekin, but I thought Delphox was like trash. But I'm when I LP Moon when it drops, I'm definitely choosing Poplio.
Yeah.
I'm doing Poplio and Moon
Poplio
just because it's the unpopular opinion. Like I feel everybody's gonna LP Solgaleo just so that they can see the animations.
Yeah.
I think also a lot of people are gonna choose Rowlet over Litten and Poplio. I think Rowlet's definitely got the most hype out of the three starters. In my opinion,
it's beautiful. There's all the gifs.
Because I'm gonna get Sun and Moon in my personal version of Sun. I'm gonna play with Rowlet because that's my personal favorite. But I feel as if Poplio needs some love. Tyranitar Tube converted me, man. He pleaded for everyone to stop hating the thing, and I listened. I
think it'll be interesting when we see the next evolutions to see if we already know that Rowlet is grass flying, so it'll be interesting to see if Litten with the design kind of looks like it's going to become like Houndoom, like a Fire Dark, just from the way it kind of is designed. Looks a bit like a Liepard. And Poplio, you don't really know yet. It could definitely become something like Water Ice or even like a Water Psychic. We really don't know what Poplio could be, so I'm kind of excited.
I don't know if you were able to catch the last one, but I think Poplio is going to be Water Fairy. I think Water Fairy from Poplio would be amazing.
And I would be okay with that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think Azumarill is an amazing Water Fairy. I think that Milotic, if it ever gets a Mega Evolution, should definitely be fairy and water.
Or
Oh,
they
yeah.
should
I mean,
it shouldn't even get a mega evolution. They should just say, "Oh, well, we made a mistake. We always thought it was just a water type. It's actually water like
Yeah.
how
it
they
is like, yeah,
magically
it
made
is probably
everything
the
else
one that
fairy."
deserves to look like a fairy the most.
Yeah, I don't know
To
if
be
it
fair,
will get
no,
it.
except for Gramble, because technically Gramble is the fairy Pokemon.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if Milotic should get type changing competitively, just because Solid Water is one of the most defensive typings. I mean, you're only weak to Grass and Electric. So personally, if Milo does get Mega Evolution, I just hope it doesn't actually get a type change. If it does, I actually feel like that will nerf it further. I mean, unless it gets monstrous defensive stats, because already it's so bulky. You can take hits from Kangaskhan and Salmon. So I'm speaking from a competitive VGC kind of point here. But I mean, I used it at St. Louis Regionals in 2015, and I was gonna use it for Nats, but then I did a last-minute change to Jellicent. But I mean, my Lodic is so bulky. I really hope that if it does get Mega, it actually doesn't get a type change. Otherwise, I feel like regular Milotic would still be pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, there's my rant
All right,
about
shall
that.
we?
Sorry.
So what do we think of this Lily character? We don't really know much about her, just
No.
that she's a mysterious assistant.
She looks shady, like a shady penguin.
Yeah, hashtag shady.
Yeah.
Love you, shady.
Well, I'm looking at her right now. Yeah, you got that.
I'm wondering what's in her bag. She
Yeah.
is like the JYT gamer to me. Like, what is in that bag?
She
Lily?
she has Jay in the bag.
Yeah.
Jay's in the bag. Jay, get out the bag.
No, but see, it's a
Please.
never-ending paradox because in Jay's bag is Lily.
Oh
so
my. They're just in each
constant
other's bag, and they won't get
bagception.
out.
What? Maybe she's
No,
the
but-
mastermind for whatever
She
evil
could be.
team or
See,
agent.
this is why when new trailers drop, you pretty much have to stay away from YouTube because your sub box will be blown up
Yeah.
with speculation.
Yeah.
And I've like, so I'm not saying I'm kind of like my thoughts have been altered because of the speculation, but a lot of people have said maybe she's part of evil team, maybe I feel like she's going to be a traitor, but I don't think she's going to be a part of the evil team. Like
Yeah,
I feel as if
like a double agent.
there might be something important that you guys have that the evil team needs, and she delivers that to them, and then she just looks at you and is like, I'm sorry, and then stands on their side. I feel as if that could be something that I don't think she has the like she's the type of person to be able to just outright be on the evil team.
Now, this is just a weird. Oh, I'm sorry. You can go.
No, I'm good. You
No,
go ahead,
I'm
you
talking
got it.
about Dugo.
Oh,
He's about to talk.
Stop calling me Dugo, man. Don't let this freaking Carolina Panthers wearing jabroni tell you that's my name.
he's the Dugo.
Ah, you're such a horse.
What would you like me to call you?
Just Verd is
All right,
fine.
all right. Jay Specs, how could you make me call him the wrong name? That's. I struggle with names enough already. Now you're giving me
I
the wrong
call
name.
It's fine.
I call him this every day. He is the
Yeah, it's fine. I get used to it. But what I was going to say is the other flip side of this could be that she turns out to be actually like one of the members of the Elite Four, or even the champion herself, and basically her job was just to mentor you and good old our friend Hao in the ways of Pokemon.
I
Get us
just
to the
feel
stage.
like I just feel like her
Or maybe
demeanor
she's- ooh.
is against that.
You beat
Or
me to
maybe
it. I
there's
was
like
actually
an
gonna say-
ancient lore. I was gonna say there's maybe like an ancient lore to like the legendary Pokemon, or like Solgaleo or Lunala, and she's like a tribal ancestor of them, and so she's training you to be able to tame them. I don't know, because like Zinnia with the dragons,
Yeah.
like could be that similar thing. You never know.
You beat me to it, the Dugo. I'm gonna keep calling you that just because that's how Jay Specs calls you. But that I mean,
We're too far in. We
I
can't go
literally-
back.
I literally had the same mindset. I was thinking she could be a hierarchy member like that, or even possibly like you said, like a tribal descendant. You never know. You never know. But yeah, I completely agree with you. You never know.
I just feel like just because of her demeanor and she feels as if she's unsure about stuff, but she also looks as if she's going to do something shady that she doesn't necessarily want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what comes to me when I look at her. Like she just looks unsure of herself. She's gonna make decisions she doesn't really want to make because she's gonna be put in an awkward position. And then she's going to be eternally sorry when she makes a decision, but it's ultimately a decision she's going to have to make.
Definitely.
I might be going a little too deep though, so I mean,
Yeah,
it's so
time will tell, man. I think this is the time when we can speculate.
Definitely. Speaking of speculation, do you guys want to talk about Rotom? The
I mean, this is like the last thing
yeah,
that was done in the trailer, and I don't
Honestly, oh,
know.
you what?
I don't know. I'm a bit like
For
it's
me,
cool.
with
It's cool. Okay, the thing is, okay, can I just quickly say this? With me, I get the whole like concept gameplay thing. That's amazing. But I am first and foremost a very, very competitive battler, and I'm trying to think of what possible typing a rotom that is a Pokedex could be if you could use this thing per se in a battle, and I really
well,
don't know. It
Steel
could be
yeah,
Electric,
J Specs and I were talking. You could be Electric Steel with the Levitate ability, because then you have that 4-time ground immunity.
that would be beautiful. But
it
I
would be good. I don't
honestly,
know.
I don't want it to be Pokemon. Like I do, but I don't. If
Yeah,
it is, it has to be bigger than what it looks like.
yeah,
It can't be this big
kind of
and
like a
be a Pokemon.
Joltik.
Yeah. So, but if it's not and it's just like a little friend, I'd actually enjoy that as long as you have the option to turn it off once the main game is on because I don't want to run into a Pokemon and then he just starts talking to me and I'm like, you better shut your mouth.
I'm thinking,
But it's good. Yeah,
what I was just gonna. Is it? I was thinking Legend of Zelda here for a second. What's the fairy's name? Navi.
Ah,
Navi,
Navi.
Navi.
I was
listen.
thinking Navi for a
Hey,
second.
listen.
I hated that thing and I haven't even I don't even like I'm not a fan of Zelda, fun fact. Like I don't hate the series, but I never when I had my Nintendo 64, I had Pokemon Stadium, I had
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers, and then I had like every single wrestling game that came out. But Zelda was
Yeah.
not my cup of tea.
Oh, that's cool. I find it very challenging. But I think I've only beaten one game actually, just because I don't care for all the dungeons, but it's the story that intrigues me. But Navi would just tell you like every other like minute, like, "Hey, you can do this." I'm like, just be quiet.
Hey, listen.
I think
Listen.
it'll just be it'll be like when I think they did it in Fire Red and Leaf Green when you go into your first battle and it just pops up with like these little things from Oak, these little things, and it'll probably just be the Rotom on the bottom screen. Like it'll highlight a certain section saying these are the moves you can use. Choose the one you feel is best. Look at this HP stat. Look at the
Yeah.
PP stat. They'll just do it like first, like a little quick thing, and then it'll basically just be like done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Out of
that's what I'm hoping as well. Like it once the tutorial, it once you get it, it shows you what it does, and then from
Yeah.
then on you choose to use it. Like
No,
if you want to use it, you click it. If you don't, you leave it alone.
no, this is just a thought. Two thoughts. One, maybe when you maybe really early in the game, you're given like a level 5 Rotom to put in it. And my other thought though is maybe also maybe when this could be like the upgrade to the national Dex. Now I doubt that, but just a possibility because normally they upgrade the Dex, and it
I
sometimes
mean,
gives me a look. So just a thought.
on the website they say that it's given to you like early.
Oh, shutting me
Like
down already, Pokemon. Good job.
Kakui or whatever his name is, Kakashi.
Yeah.
He apparently he gives you the Rotom. He gives you the Pokedex, and it literally looks like a shell of itself without the Rotom.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
I feel like he probably like it's a situation where it's gonna be classic like back in the anime of Pokemon when like your character gets there a bit late and there's no other good Pokedexes left. Like How has got the last good Pokedex, and so you like get this really old shitty one. And you think, oh, this is terrible, but then this Rotom just comes along and goes like zappity pow, and now you have this amazing Pokedex compared to other people.
Yeah, definitely
So
possible.
that could be that.
In the this is very. I doubt this will happen, and I hope it doesn't happen. But it says a whole new way for people and Pokemon to communicate, and then it says "woo." I'm quoting it exactly. It says "woo,"
Woo.
but this would be very
Wait,
weird.
so is this Rotom Flare?
Woo! Or Tyrone Magnus.
I don't know. It literally. I'm just reading off the text here. It just says a whole new way, and then it just says "woo" with an exclamation mark, WOO. But this would be weird. I hope this doesn't happen. I'll probably get some thing in the comments like, "How could you?" But maybe just a speculation here, just hypothetically, and I doubt this will be happening. But what if actually like it was a way to actually talk to your Pokemon away because it's like translating for you, kind of like how Meowth does in the anime. Just a possibility I thought of because of that.
Well, they do that in I don't know if you ever played Pokemon Glaze before, but they give you an item called the Pokecom, which actually allows you to talk to Pokemon and they actually communicate back to you. So that could be kind of cool that you can communicate with your party. Maybe if you do that, say if they have the Pokemon and Me app, or not the Pokemon and Me app, as in the Pokemon and Me section back,
Yeah.
and now you can actually talk to your Pokemon and communicate with them that way. Be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And I think that's actually pretty much it for the thing. It just says November 18, 2016 after that.
Now,
So,
before we fully transition, I do have one bit of speculation I
all right,
do
yeah.
want to touch on. New mechanics for Gen 7 going forward. Now, it's not many, but I have a few that I feel we need to have. I already talked about the Hidden Power Fairy and the Natural Gift Fairy last
Last episode,
episode.
yeah.
This time, I'm talking about moves that are literally one-sided. Like, we need another version of... We need moves and abilities that are one-sided. For example, why is Pure Power and Huge Power both boosting physical attack?
Oh,
Why
okay, I
doesn't
see what you're
one
saying.
switch to special attack? Like, Pure Power sounds as if it should be more on the special side. So why don't they make Pure Power for special attacking Pokemon and Huge Power for physical types?
I see what you're saying, yeah, definitely.
And there was, hold on, what was the other one? Oh, don't tell me I'm drawing a blank. If any of you can think of some yourselves while I try to think, by all means, drop some knowledge. But there was another one that was literally just in my head that I feel as if we need, like, and it doesn't make any sense not to have it.
2 Master Balls.
Oh, count them.
Yep.
Two master.
Um.
I'm just throwing...
Okay. One mechanic I'd like to see is I would love to at least go to one luau in this game. Just like a little bonfire, luau,
With a little pineapple cup and a,
Yeah.
a little umbrella in
Yeah,
it.
yeah, like yeah, and we go like me and How.
That
We're just
would
down there,
probably be after you win the championship, to be honest. Like, you know how
No,
they
no,
had
no, I
that
can just
huge parade after an X and Y?
No, they should have had a character like Shauna there, and you do like a hula dance with her, and she'd be like, "I'll remember this hula dance forever."
Please don't do that. I'll end up watching Lion King to clear my thoughts after.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I can't really think of mechanics. The 2 Master Ball thing was just like, I'm throwing random things out here to see if I can jog and think. Maybe new types of Pokeballs, perhaps.
That can
could
work. I'd like that. I'd like new Pokeballs. When Gold and Silver, man, those apricots, I loved. My favorite Pokeball back then was the Moon Ball. I loved the Fast Ball. The Heavy Ball looked kind of cool to me. Like, I loved all of them except for the Lower Ball. I didn't like the way that one looked design-wise.
I liked Fastball just because a lot of time people like throw a Pokeball first thing anyway. It just gives you more of a reason to do that.
Yeah, just whoop. Don't even hit it. Don't hit it.
Yep. Maybe a Legend Ball where it helps you boost only legendary Pokemon. I don't know. Do we want to move on to the next?
Oh, wait. I did find. I remember another
All right, that's good.
ability. Moxie. There needs
Oh.
to be a special version of Moxie. Like, you
Mm.
can't basically, because I'm not going to be able to remember all the ones I wanted. You can't have one type of stuff be effective, like one type. You can't have like with Intimidate as well. You can't just have one that stops physical attack and not one
So
that
you want
stops
like the
special
whole
attack.
system of having like Defiant and competitive, having the special and physical side of things.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I feel that it would make the meta a little bit, I wouldn't say more fair,
Yeah.
but it'd give more variety. You wouldn't special attackers wouldn't be instant switch-ins to intimidators, stuff like that. Like, you'd be able to switch things up. I feel as if the meta would change a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I see that.
Like, because there's no reason for Pyroar to have Moxie.
that's actually very
Pyroar
true.
if Pyroar had a
Actually,
special
yeah.
attack version of Moxie, it would be amazing.
Maybe it gets good.
I'm just saying, Pyro gets access to
Unnerve, I
Flame
think?
Charge. I think it gets access to Wild Charge. It gets Return. You can just power that bitch up. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
can, but it's just like, you turn Moxie into a special version and it becomes amazing.
Does it get? I'm looking at it right now to see if it gets any like really good physical moves for a stab. Basically, okay, it does get Giga Impact, but I mean that's not good competitively.
Yeah,
It gets Return of Frustration to be good for it.
It does get Flare Blitz. You got Flare Blitz. I feel like that'd be better.
It gets Flame Charge as well, so you can boost its speed up. I don't think it gets Wild Charge though. I can't remember.
No, I don't think so.
it should get Outrage. It gets Dig.
It gets Hyper Voice, which is good stab, but that's not really special. I mean, that is
Actually,
special.
In free-for-alls in the past, I've teched Power Herb Dig onto my Pyroars to bop those pesky heat trains.
It gets bounce, it gets crunch, it gets endeavor, even though that's
It
not
gets
really
snore
affected
and
by
rest. I just don't think that'd be a good, rest snore user.
yeah.
Sleep talk. I don't think that'd be
Oh,
good.
and well, no, there shouldn't be a physical version of Hidden Power because that's natural gift. It gets Iron Tail. It
That's
gets
not too bad. I mean, it's not the worst physical moveset.
yeah, it's physical moveset is decent, but it's just it would be a
Because you
much
think
better
about it,
Pokemon on the
on the
special
special
side.
side, all it really has going for it is a hidden power, most likely hidden power grass, hyper voice, and then flamethrower or fire blast. That's basically it on the special side for a
And
pyro
Dark
anyway.
Pulse,
Yeah. That's your Dark
but
Pulse.
it does like in NU. I clean up with Pyroar. When I used to ladder with NU, I always run Pyroar on my team, and it would always clean up. Like you get that Mon in on a situation where it can just click Specs Hyper Voice and it's game over.
Mm. Yeah. So, man, we transitioned from I'm trying to think mechanics to Pyroar. I just thought that was an interesting turn of events.
I think we're just feeling bad for Pyro because we know it's going
Yeah.
to become Solgaleo's, like...
Mega
Yeah.
Pyroar, basically.
I mean, kind of like Audi now. Maybe if you give it a Mega, it's somewhat viable. Kind of like Galele. I think the use of Ice type explosion was really cool. I saw that a few times in VGC, like St. Louis. I saw a few times. It's definitely a lot of fun.
Glalie.
All right,
Galele.
shall we transition then to the next topic?
Let's transition to some controversy, people.
Controversy. Y'all know what's happening if you're following social media lately.
It is time. Good thing I don't follow this man.
Yeah, same. All right, who wants to begin first?
I can
I-
feel J-Specs, like, doing this with his palms. He's ready.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I'm not the controversial type of person, you know. I have no issues with the guy. I just don't like what he does. If you do not know who I'm talking about, you live under a rock because whenever you talk about controversy, this guy's name always pops up. Nobody likes Verlis. Verlisify. Oh, he just has this issue with attacking people.
Specifically,
and a
the
lot of
VGC
people-
community right now.
Yeah, specifically anyone who gens. So if he knew that I gen, he'd hate me. But yeah, I don't understand him. Like I understand you don't like cheating. Okay, fine. You don't like cheating. Leave it at that. You're not the cheating police. Nothing you do is going to mess up anybody's like opportunities to do anything. Obviously, the Pokemon community have a problem with cheating. So why do you have such a problem with cheating?
Yeah.
As long as nobody isn't having Pokemon with 47 IVs, 500 EVs on each stat,
999 stats and everything.
they're not cheating.
Yeah.
Like,
And-
yeah, it makes it easier for you to get the necessary perfect Pokemon you want, but I'd rather do that than to sit there and gen for 10 years.
Now, I admit, back in 2015, I genned a lot. Now, I wouldn't use gen Pokemon. I'd actually breed them because we were not allowed to. So I'm fine with genning personally, as long as, like you said, you don't do anything different. You know, I'm perfectly fine with it. What are your thoughts? I'm gonna switch between Bird and Dugo. I'm just gonna keep switching.
Fine. I mean, I'm a bit indifferent about both. Like, to be fair, I've done the whole breeding and leveling up, you know, doing all the Ditto Friend Safari stuff from when we were back in Kalos. That was fine. I didn't mind it. It was hard effort shown. But when the Jenny came around, it was a much more efficient and easier way to do things. And we are living in a generation right now where we would prefer to do things a lot easier and quicker, especially when it comes to anything electronic.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel that we have taken advantage of that, and Verlis is trying to be like, you know, don't use Smogon, just back yourself with your own sets. And the one thing that grinds my gears though about him is how he says, you know, don't use Smogon sets, but hey, use my sets instead, because Smogon isn't based off of people's opinions like mine is. It's just, no, mine are completely different. You
His
know,
252,
it's
252
what-
sets.
which is pretty much the basic Smogon set.
Yeah.
And Smogon sets are designed for a reason. They have literally fully explained exactly why you have every single amount of EVs or IVs in a certain Pokemon, whereas Verlis just says, oh yeah, just tuck 252 in speed because, you know, it's a fast Pokemon. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like
what?
I see if
Mm,
the move sets and stuff that people would use for Smogon were trash, but most of their stuff makes sense because it handles what it's supposed to handle.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And 10 times out of 10, when I play against somebody that knows nothing of Smogon, I destroy them. They either A, bring their in-game team and
Hmm.
get annihilated, or B, they bring a team full of Ubers and get annihilated by
Yeah.
my like UU team, and they're like, "Oh, you cheated, you hacked."
No.
Sorry, you have a Darkrai, and it's just like I don't know. Smogon, I feel just did the best they thought they could do in terms of making Pokemon fun. Because let's be real, nobody wants to sit in there against somebody with a Darkrai that's just gonna keep spamming Dark Void.
Kind of like a Smeargle in
mm.
VGC right now.
Yeah, that's like annoying. Like if you get Dark Voided and you switch out and they just stay in and click Dark Void again, that's not like yeah, it's doable. Like yeah, technically it's not illegal. It's just annoying. Like that's not fun. That's not skill. That's not showing you know how to play. You're just clicking broken moves.
Well, I'd like to expand on that really quickly. I've used Dark Void in most of my VGC teams, I admit, but I feel like you should just like keep spamming. I feel like at some point you actually want to incorporate some strategy. Like for me, my favorite thing is Quick Art Dark Void, Choice Scarf Smeargle to guarantee get the Dark Void off, and then I actually just Swords Dance with Talonflame in VGC, which I'm surprised not a lot of people use because +2 Life Orb, Adam, and Max Attack, Talonflame can kill Kyogre, Kangaskhan, Xerneas, Thundurus. Like it can kill a lot of things in just one hit. So I feel like
Is there any way you can change that from Life Orb to Sharp Beak but still get all the damage output? Or do you really need that Life Orb hit to it?
I think Sharkbeak allows you to do some. I just use Life Orb just because. Honestly, I don't know. I've never used Sharkbeak Calcs. It actually may work just as well. I just have always used Life Orb, but I'd actually look into that. That's very interesting.
Is Sharp Beak only increases your Brave Bird, but the premise is that you're basically Brave Birding everything when it gets
Yeah,
+2.
the only thing I don't is Thundurus, which is nice though because Life Orb does kill Thundurus in one hit. Most of them, at least. I haven't found one that can survive it yet. I haven't found.
Well, the thing is, like, yeah, you want to be using Brave Bird and Thundurus regardless, because if it goes to the T-Wave, it's just annoying. Like, you don't want to go for Blitz and then just get wrecked.
Well, that's why I put it to sleep, and then I also have Quick Guard, which you don't land that one. But going back to the Verlis thing, or that something I don't appreciate is that he's specifically not just targeting community, but currently he's been targeting Wolfie Glick, who I think I've only met like once, just saying hi, so I don't know him personally, but he's made 2 videos now just targeting Wolfie Glick. I just personally don't agree that especially in the Pokemon community, in any community, you should really be doing that. Your guys' thoughts?
I personally think Verlis has. I don't know. I don't want to be rude and say he has like a mental issue, but he has some type of issue because he'll sit there and say he's not about drama, but then he'll literally attack people. Like him and Wolfie, I watched both his video and one of his videos and Wolfie's video. Wolfie was basically just protecting his side. He showed the conversation. I felt okay. That's just two people having a conversation about their sides, of, like their points of view.
Definitely,
it's fine. Obviously, Wolfie felt as if the conversation wasn't going anywhere once it got to the later half because Verlis is very close-minded. Cheating is wrong. Blah blah blah. It's not. If it was cheating, in my opinion, is doing stuff to get ahead. Like, if you cheat in a Caterpie with Sacred Fire,
yeah,
and it's usable, that's cheating. Caterpie doesn't get Sacred Fire. If all you're doing is make sure you have a bunch of 31 IV Pokemon with necessary moves that they're going to get anyway, that is not cheating. That's just saving you time. I hate when people try to say, I hate when I go on Battle Spot and I have my team that I bred and then I just go up against these cheaters with the 31 IVs and I lose. One, how do you know this person has 31 IV Pokemon? Maybe you're just trash. Like, not trying to offend anybody, but half of the people that say that are horrible. I've battled a lot of people like that. Like, when I was doing Wi-Fi battles on my channel, I would go to like Facebook groups looking for battles, stuff like that, and I battled a bunch of people. I've only ran into like 2 or 3 people that actually knew what Showdown were, and we actually had some good battles. But most of the people either brought a bunch of Ubers so that I couldn't upload the battle on my channel, because I'm not gonna upload a battle of me destroying somebody with Darkrai, or like they just had very awkward move sets and got destroyed. It's just like he's saying, "Oh, Wolfie's fan base is just blind." No, it's not. Your fan base is blind because clearly they are okay with attacking people for a video game. Okay, you, you like comparing it to real life issues. He likes comparing cheating in Pokemon to going to jail and stuff like that. Like if you ever look at this man's arguments, he's like, "Oh yeah, well, but what if this girl got raped?" And I'm like, "Bro, are you're comparing Pokemon to rape? To rape. Why?" And he's just like, "I love the game and I'm trying to protect the integrity of the game." Bro, come on, man. You're literally just attacking. I understand you don't like GCPM. Okay, that's fine. You guys have your issues. But don't sit there, attack people, get upset when they lash out at you, and then more people lash out at you because everybody has that one thing in common. You tried to lash out at them, so they team up to get you, and then cry and act like the victim when nobody likes you. Like, I'd love to be Verlis' friend. If he calmed down, like, I don't want to use him for views. I don't care. But it's just like, I'm a friendly person, you know? I like trying to make friends online, and I'm just tired. Like, if go to one of his, I forgot which video it was. It was the video he has about ginning in personal. It was the in general in personal. My goodness, it was about ginning. It was before the Wolfie thing even popped off, and I commented on it. I left a good paragraph explaining how I felt about drama in general and how I literally pleaded for him to stop. And he actually replied to me, and he just replied to me with a closed-minded answer. It's not cheating, and clickbait is destroying the community. All you do is clickbait. Clickbait. That's all you do. You'll say, "Oh, GMCPM is a liar." That's clickbait. How is that not clickbait? You're literally calling somebody out in the title, which is drama, which will obviously draw people in. I mean, if he's okay with having more dislikes than likes on almost every video he posts, that's up to him.
He even had a video on why his videos aren't clickbait, which is just...
I watched that video as well, and I'm just like, okay, so you take Keemstar's side on this, who is the clickbait monster. You can't quote Keemstar in a situation like that.
Yeah. Verd, you haven't really said much about this. Do you want to share your
I've
thoughts?
just been listening. I've been listening to the rant man over there. He's just been going off. Like, the passion is real. I think this is the big thing about it is that, you know, we obviously aren't in like the halcyon heights of people like Wolfie and all that, but as a community of people who just enjoy playing the game, regardless of whether we gen, we breed, or you know, we just play in game and have fun. People like Verlis still affect us regardless, and his closed-minded views just make people think differently to how they should. At the end of the day, people can believe whatever they want. If you want to follow Verlis, that's fine. You know, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm not going to say you're right. But when you take his notions of, you know, paying out other people for what they believe in, then that's where I draw the line. I don't care if you worship this dog collar wearing jabroni. That doesn't bother me in the slightest, okay? What bothers me is when he's going to bag out somebody and you just follow him like a sheep to a shepherd and bag out that person too.
And then they call the people he's bagging on, they call the people that support them sheep. You're sheep. Just because, like, it's like, come on. All right, I used to be one of the people back when 5th Gen was the meta. When it was 5th Gen, when Black and White dropped, I was in Job Corps. I don't know if any of you, Verd, I probably told Verd about this already, but I was in a program called Job Corps. It's basically trade school for free. You get to live there, you get to eat there, you get to play Pokemon. This was right after... Wait, hello? Did I literally just say you get to play Pokemon?
Yeah, you wish, man. You wish. You wish.
But yeah, so I went there right after I graduated high school because my mom was like, "This will be good for you. It'll be a good experience." I didn't want to go. I ended up going. It was fine. I ended up I was like, all right, but I want heart gold, soul silver before I left. So I got soul silver, and then I went up there. Then when I was there, I met a bunch of people that played Pokemon, and they ended up being some of my best friends. And we went and got black and white when it dropped together at Walmart. So we get it, and we're playing it, And this is literally when I just started getting into competitive because when I in high school, I had nobody to play against. So it was just basically me playing it on my free time. And then so this kid was bragging about being the best trainer. I can beat everyone. I
I've
can
heard
do
this
this,
story.
do that. Yep, he heard it, but he used Pokesab, which was the what we call Jinning now. It was Jinning before. He had
Yep.
an R4 card, and he would just edit Pokemon on. And I was like, "You what? How are you gonna say you're the best and you just Jin whatever you want into your game?" Like I thought it was cheating, and I don't think it's cheating anymore, just because flat battles are a thing. Back then, because my cousins who got me into Pokemon, he didn't do flat battling. He just take whatever his highest level Pokemon is and try to use it against you to battle. And so my whole thought of competitive battling was flawed. Like I thought it was just, all right, I gotta hurry up and make sure I get a team full of 100s, or else I'm gonna get destroyed. And it wasn't like that. So flat battles were a thing. That's when I literally became a competitive battler, and I was against it. So when X and Y came out, I used to breed. I used to breed like crazy, but it was just so time consuming. When I got the 31 IV Pokemon I wanted, it was with the wrong ability. It was just ridiculous. And it's like the only time now I really gen is for leagues, because I'm not gonna sit there and breed for a league when you need to have your match
Yeah.
once a week. That's my like. Other than that, I'll go on my Twitch and shiny hunt. I do stuff. I actually look for legit things. Like I don't know, man. I don't see the issue. I understand VGC is the official Pokemon tournament, but it's not that big of a deal. If it was that big of a deal, it would be detectable a lot easier, and it wouldn't be allowed.
Pokémon's bigger of a deal in the Pokemon community than VGC. I mean, because like Pokemon, you're getting awesome cash prizes, and VGC, you're just getting the most you can get is just some college money. So I really wish like VGC was bigger, to be honest, because I enjoy the game. I really enjoy the community, to be honest. I really go more just to hang out with people when it comes to like local tournaments, because really it's just regionals and Nats you want to do well at. But I mean, Pokken just came out not even a year, and the prizes are great. I mean, at Nats, I think you're actually fighting for like 10 grand cash prize or something like that. But
Oh,
VGC, it's just like, here's a Wii U. I'm like, really,
wow.
really?
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
I have to pee again.
Fine.
How actually do you go about getting into like regionals and nationals? Like, do you have to do any? Do you have to qualify, or
So I'll
do you just
explain
go
that.
and try to play?
So regionals, it's you go. I always go to Houston. That's usually almost the only one to go to. I went to two last year just because I wanted to try out St. Louis. Fun trip, by the way. Rental car didn't have any like the defreezing liquids, and we were stuck in an ice storm. That's a fun story for a later
Oh
time.
my!
Yeah, usually we have fun little stories. Like I'll tell Nats later, but regionals, you just go compete. I got top 16, and you actually go to regionals to get the play points. I think you need 3 or 5 play points to compete at nationals. So there is that qualification. You have to compete at enough tournaments to compete at nationals. But regionals is pretty open. So you go to regionals. Hopefully you can do well. Also, you can get CP, which is nice. I'm sorry, not CP. Yeah, CP championship points. And the Nats you go to. It's been in St. Louis. I'm not in St. Louis. It's been in Indianapolis the last few years. I'm surprised they moved it to Columbus, Ohio. But yeah, you have to qualify for that. And then Worlds, you have to reach a specific benchmark. Last year it was just top 40 players. But this year I think you have to cap at like 350 CP or 400. So that's how you get to Worlds. So there is that. You do have to qualify to an extent for Nats and Worlds, but regionals you can just go to. Nationals, just fun story while we're here, is 18-hour bus ride with no air conditioning.
Oh my!
Do not recommend it.
Ugh.
Yep.
Good lord!
And it's in a bus just full of Pokemon players that are, gamers. So it was very interesting. Yeah, we had a premiere challenge there, actually. I was at seniors last year, so I was fighting this master. I showed him my team because I wanted opinion. So he felt really good in the second match. I was actually up against him, and I literally just showed him my entire team, every strategy. So I got second place at the PC, which was nice. I actually got this Vaporeon thing. Use it as a reminder.
Nice.
But I laughed though. I actually ended up winning, but it's still like, hey, here's my whole team. 5 minutes later, hey, we're opponents. I'm sorry, what? You're a master.
Yeah,
I showed you
actually
my whole strategy. Yeah, this will be fun. Yeah, can I say GG right now? But so yeah, that's my just little side stories I have from VGC experience. But going back to your original thing, you do have to qualify Worlds, and by doing well, you qualify for Nats by going to enough tournaments. But for regionals, no, you don't have to qualify. And they're just a lot of fun, more just to hang out too. So,
Because once I get into the VGC meta a little bit more, I'm gonna most definitely start going to regionals and stuff like that.
yeah.
Because I mean,
Start
wanna-
next year when it's a better format.
yeah, I want to broaden my horizons a lot. So I'm guessing this format wasn't as good. But back to the matter at hand, because nobody likes this Verlissa star. He's Keemstar.
So,
Look, okay. Here's the thing. Okay, I am fine with him doing the normal stuff that he does on his channel, like the regular stuff that he used to do. I don't care if he comes up with stupid Waylord sets. I don't care about that. What grinds my gears is when he will target other people just because they do things that only he himself deems bad, and that then he expects his people who subscribe to him to follow him in that and to pursue and make these people's lives worse just for the fact that Verlis wants to prove that he is right and everybody else is wrong.
And
that's
usually
what
they
really
do.
grinds my gears.
Usually his followers will actually go into Wolfie's comments and say like, "Oh, how can you endorse cheating? That's awful." Which Wolfie actually doesn't endorse degenning, but he really doesn't care. Also, he's like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just as long as you're not altering it, you're fine. So I don't know if he's actually ever been in these Smogon tournaments or anything like that, but I can't. I'm not going to say this is true or not, but I believe it is because everywhere I go that I've heard this confirmed. He actually went to a VDC tournament once. He went to Seattle Regionals, and he was 0-4. He lost 4 matches, and then he just dropped and left. Verlis. So a lot of people think that's why he
Sounds
hates,
about right. Yeah.
a lot of people think that's why he hates the VDC community. But oftentimes when things like this pop up, I'll go to Denton, and we'll all just talk about what's happening, and everyone's like, yeah, he went to Seattle, didn't do well, and that's why he hates VDC. I'm like, huh. So maybe there's a backstory to this. I don't know, but I just always thought that was interesting that maybe he despises VGC because he's maybe not so good at it.
I just want to go ahead and say this so that Verlis's following doesn't take this as us, hating on him, attacking him, and try to go to our channels and just dislike everything for no reason. Just spam the dislikes. Verlis, bro, as I have said before in my video that I put on my channel where me and Jack actually kind of talked about this issue, I have no issues with you. Like I said on your video, I even enjoy trying to be your friend, trying to get to know you, because I don't like when nobody likes somebody. Like, I don't just join in on not liking one specific person just because it's the cool thing to do. I'm not saying I'm going to be A-drive about it and make sure that I'm your friend just because everybody hates you, but I'm not the type of person to not like you because everyone else doesn't like you. I am willing to give everyone a chance until they prove they don't need a chance. All I ask, bro, is that you just stop. Don't attack people. You don't see it as attacking people. You see it as you're doing the right thing, trying to attack cheating. It's not your job. It's not your responsibility, and it doesn't help anything. Like, this is me literally pleading to you. If you feel as if you're doing the right thing, that's okay. Do it in silence. You don't have to publicly attack anybody. And like I said, do not mind me saying attacking. Okay, that's just how we see it. That's how us on the outside, they're not following you per se, see it as you just verbally attacking people because they have different beliefs or thought processes than you. The easiest way to avoid drama is not to start it. You can have an opinion. It is good for everybody to have an opinion. But you do not have to push your opinion onto other people.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree. Bird, were you going
We
to say
want the old
something?
Verlis back. We miss him.
Actually,
Bring back old Verlis.
I used to be
I loved his set.
I used to be a big follower of Verlis back in 2014, but then all this drama started happening, so I just left. But I completely agree. Just you got different opinions. Just don't keep fueling a fire. Even if you start one, put it out. Don't keep adding more videos or comments. Just put it out. Be done.
That's the funniest thing about it is I missed the whole Verlish drama thing. Like I've heard of him before, but he didn't become, I wouldn't say relevant, but I didn't know of him literally until this year.
Oh wow.
Where he start, well, not 2016, 2015, so
Yeah.
about last year. But it's just like 2014, I wasn't even doing YouTube. I was gone. I wasn't even home. Like I was in Maine traveling. I was living out in Maine with some friends, stuff like that. So it's like I missed the whole him attacking Shofu and him attacking whoever else he had, Nappy, all the big guys. It's like if you don't that's how you know you go out of your way to attack people to try to gain publicity. Why are you attacking the big dogs? Like, why did you attack Shofu? He's probably top 5 PokeTuber as far as following right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you need to attack him? What was your purpose in attacking him? What did he support that you didn't support? Same with Nappy. What did he support that you didn't support? Regardless if you could feel differently about what they support than what you support, you don't have to go out and publicly try to make a claim against them. That it's like, come on, bro. And then the fact that you say it's not drama, it's me doing the truth. You're not the truth police, even if it was the truth. Like with the GCPM thing. Okay, so he made a mistake. Yeah, he did do a little clickbait, saying that there was gonna be confirmed gameplay. That's all right. You didn't have to go out and make a video calling him out for making clickbait. Everyone knew it was clickbait. You seen all the dislikes on his video. Obviously, everyone hated it. Why did you have to go out and make another video attacking his already known mistake? He apologized about it. You didn't have to go out and make a video to make the situation worse. All you had to do was sit back and say, yep, there you go. See, I told you guys it was clickbait, but you didn't have to say it. Like, we saw it. We see it for ourselves. GCPM, again, I'm not saying anything against you. You obviously said you made a mistake. You looked at your sources the wrong way or whatever it was. I'm not mad at you. Like, I was mad that everybody was attacking you. I was like, it's not that big a deal, okay? He made a mistake. People make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. This is the internet. Obviously, somebody's going to get butthurt about something. But you don't have to go out of your way. Go ahead, Vern.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, guys, it's just something, and this is like, I work in childcare, so this is something I actually tell the kids that I work with. You know, it doesn't matter if somebody does something that you're maybe not okay with or you don't agree with. If you don't have anything nice to say to them at the time, just don't say it. Say it to yourself in your own time. Say it, you know, to other people in a private chat or private manner. There is no need to bring it out in the public because you're only going to make things worse. Whether it's worse for you, worse for that person, or worse for the entire community, which is basically what's happened with this entire drama. If he had just, you know, he could say, I told you so. But he can just say, I told you so, in such a respectful and quiet manner. He didn't have to go and, like, literally just rip into all these YouTubers. It was so unnecessary. And I'm not saying I'm hating on him for doing it. He can voice his opinion. Like, obviously, free country, you can say whatever the hell you want. I just don't feel that it was a mature and appropriate way to deal with the situation when you could have easily just been like, yeah, he probably shouldn't have said that, but at least he's apologized and made up for it. It's probably not going to happen again, instead of, you know, absolutely attacking him because of this. It's just really disappointing to see somebody that a lot of people look up to who is showing that he is a bad role model by doing the wrong things. And that's the thing that just, like, as a person that works with kids and knowing how easily kids can be influenced, it's really sad to see. That's the thing that really disappoints me.
Yeah, well, I don't know if there's any other thing, but this has been a great episode, guys. By the way, we hit the hour mark again, just so y'all know. So, good job. Right on the
nice an hour.
Yeah.
Man, it is 3:15 in the morning. I am dead, bros.
Yeah, well, I think we will end this episode here. Thank you, Verd Dugo, for coming, and we appreciate you hope to have you in the future. And yeah, I'll leave your channel and Twitter in the description. And J-Spec, do you want to close us off?
Yeah, everybody, thanks for coming out. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any, opinions about all of the things we talked about, in this video, by all means, leave it down in the comment section. We love to check the comments. You know, I'm always out there trying to reply to people. We want to hear what you guys think as well. If you feel as if we're wrong on whatever it is, whether it be the Verlis, you know, the VGC, or the trailer stuff, the speculation about the Pokemon Sun and Moon, let us know. It is always fun to, have a discussion about things. And enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right.
Boy.
Hasta luego. I just want to say Leroy Jenkins. I'm sorry. I just really want to shout that.
Noah Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
Just
Not
Jenkins
old man
is all the way.
Not old man Jenkins?
Old man Jenkins after that, more times not can count.
Oh, Jenkins.
All right. This has been a blast. Thanks, guys, for coming. Hope to see you all next week, and see you all later. Bye, guys.
I'm gonna sleep. Bye, guys.
All right.
Beautiful.